So I still like Go For It Nakamura. I want to point that out because I still feel, well, I don't know if I want to say what I felt seen anymore, but I have now taken some concerns, not with like the premise or anything, but just with like how the character acts, and you know what, one or two aspects with the anime that made me kind of like about it. But like, I still think it's the good and I still think it's great. But let's go ahead and let's talk about it. That's not it? Okay. So the first point I have for this, Nakamura right now is teetering back and forth for me. I do think he is just a side beam, but there are moments where he has these kind of creepy tendencies and he's kind of too much. And I don't want him to do some of that shit.
Said, I watched Given, absolutely loved it, watched the movie, it put a bad taste in my mouth because of an SA scene. Loudly crying. Oh,
that might not be great. Also, thank you for the likes on the TikTok side. I appreciate it very much. I appreciate you guys very much as well. Sorry, my bad, Will. I'm gonna... First of all, is there a Yuri on Ice movie? If that does exist, I might need to watch that because I didn't know that existed. But, hold on, let me go and read this real quick. Nakamura right now is teetering back and forth for me. I do think he's just a side B, but there are moments that he has that are kind of creepy and kind of much. And I don't want him... And I don't want him to do some shit that's going to push any boundaries. A big part of why he hasn't crossed the threshold is because he's self-aware and stops himself.
I thought they were making a movie
most of the
and then
time.
I thought they discontinued it.
Oh yeah, they did discontinue it. I thought you said you watched the movie. That's why I was like, girl, if you watched the movie, I need to know what that movie is so I can watch it, because that will be the only last thing I need. I need something in my life. Once again, thank you on the likes on the TikTok side. I appreciate it very much. Also, Velvet, thank you for the follow over at TikTok as well. I appreciate it very much so. So, here's my thing, right? Nakamura, I still like him. I think that he's very cute, very adorable, the way he acts and stuff like that. My problem with Nakamura, though, is that...
Willow1 said, I watched Given movie, which put a bad taste in my mouth, but the series was good.
I have heard some things about Given. That's another one I need to watch. There's a lot of videos that I need to watch that I have put on my list. I just haven't. But I do... Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing with Nakamura, right? I do like Nakamura. I like how he is. I like how he acts. I like all that stuff. My problem with Nakamura is the fact that, like, he gives, like, very, very light, like, very, very, like, light, well, I won't say light, but sometimes, like, yandere tendencies that I don't really like. Like, there's a lot of times where, like, obviously he'll get mad at, like Hisori, I think his name is. Like, he'll get mad at, like, Hisori's friends and, like, them interacting and being, like, all that stuff. And he's just like, oh, he's mine. He's mine. You can't take him away from me. When, like, you're not doing anything. And that's, like,
I'm here, twin.
Hey, what's good, twin?
Said, big EP, though.
I feel that. If you need to go to sleep, man, at some point, I understand. But I do appreciate you being here, big dog, big boy, big man. Okay, I'm gonna stop. But yeah, Nakamura just has these tendencies that can be a little weird, a little much, kind of aggressive. I'm not a big fan of the way he acts sometimes when it comes to, like, Hirose and just being super possessive over him. It's one thing if they were a thing, but they're not, and that's the thing that fucks with me, right? Now, the thing that's saving him is that, at the very least, Nakamura is self-aware enough to, like, pull back when he knows he's being too much. And sometimes it doesn't happen. Like, there's scenes where he's, like, sniffing his clothes, which I think is a little weird, but it's also played up as a gag, so it's like, whatever.
Pope Aetherus said, I miss my big black melanin-filled African-American beautiful being anime collective brain. Stream Elements said, Ayo, I'm 43% black today. Stream Elements said,
Jesus Christ.
Your PP is 678 inches long.
Jesus Christ.
Willow Sweetfire 1.
Okay, I'm gonna let's play.
I've also seen Love Stage, which is an older anime. It still has fetishes and stereotypes in it, somewhat of a essay. The anime was very adorable, but at the end of it he still fell in love with the main character, which was his abuser, but the character had apologized and said his actions were uncalled for and a bunch of crap happened. Didn't like it. I liked some episodes, not all of them. Loudly crying.
I can kind of get why you don't like it. I can kind of get that. And again, like, people grow, people do this stuff. I understand not going back to the
It's skipping my other messages cracked me up.
I understand not going back to the abuser. That shit kind of sucks. But at the same time, it's kind of one of those things where, like, people grow at their own pace and stuff like that. And, like, you shouldn't. I don't think you should, but I forgive them. But I I'm not gonna say much on it. Maybe it's super intense. Maybe they're doing it in a really bad way. So that worries me. Also, what message did they skip for you, Ether? I'm trying to look. Oh, that's actually funny that it did skip your message. That is actually extremely funny. But yeah, the Nakamura just acts a little weird for me. So that's why I sit there. I'm just like, I would like you, Nakamura, to not do these things, to be self-aware if you can. But you know, it is what it is. It does what it does. So I get it.
Hope said, will it read this? Fuck, a big fuck, but fuck.
Yeah, it does. Jesus fucking Christ, Ethan. Jesus fucking hell. Alright, next note that I have. The tropes in the store are starting to get to me.
Willow Sweetfire 1 said, a really good manga that I absolutely love is very cute and adorable. It's on Webtoons. It's called Daybreak and it is a BL with 2 African Americans.
Ooh. I'm gonna need to have that note too. Daybreak Webtoon. Because I like my BL, but an African BL. Oh, I love this. This might be. Ooh. Oh, you know what, Willow? I'm actually glad that you're giving me this because it is Pride Month in a couple of days, so we're gonna have to talk about some stuff. I do need a. Actually, I know what Yuri I'm gonna talk about. I need a second Yuri, but I know what Yuri I'm gonna talk about. So yay! I'm actually happy that I'm getting these introduction.
A BL with 2 melanin-heavy individuals.
Not melanin. Well,
Black Star 0403 said, 2 African Americans. Lol.
two melanin individuals. 2 Africans. LOL. Jesus Christ! You guys in the chat are fucking crazy.
Hope Aetherus said, fuck them whites.
Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ, Aether! Holy shit!
It's my fave. Mijeku loving.
Jesus Christ! That is cool. That is cool. Okay, let me get back to the show. Let me get back to the show. Jesus fucking Christ, you guys. Okay. Oh yeah, no. So, no. The tropes in the show are starting to get to me. It's not a lot, but after fully diving into the show, it's starting to feel like a really tropey romance with a few changes that have been helping. So, another thing that's been kind of bothering me with Go For It Nakamura is, like, I was super excited because it was a BL that didn't seem like it had all, like, the sexualization. It was very nice. It was very cute. It had all these good things.
Said, I'm fucking geeked, skull.
It's insane. You're insane for that. But I'm like, there are some aspects that I think are good and that I think is like stuff like that.
Chizuru is waifu.
Okay, no, I'm not entertaining that. No, we're not doing this. I'm not gonna lie. I might have to turn off the TTS to get through this shit so I can see what you guys are comments on.
Black Star 0403 said, crazy transition lol.
Yeah, fucking insane transition. Jesus Christ. But Go For It. So like, Go For It Nakamura
Willow
seems to have
1 said, at Popedrus I'm one of those whites. F me all day and night, scream my name as long as you need to sugar. Mijeku crying.
Jesus Christ, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna turn off TTS for a little bit just so I can get through this shit. You guys, hold on.
1 Saram ILMFAO.
Okay, hold on. Give me a second. I need to turn off this TTS so I can get through this fucking shit properly. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Wait, what actually is it? Oh no, it is here. Okay. All right. Jesus Christ. Sorry. Nope, you didn't get it. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Chat amongst yourselves real quick. I gotta get through this just so I can take my motherfucking break real quick because we're almost done of 1 of 3 segments. God, this is taking forever. Okay, so the tropes in this show, don't fail me. Nope, it's off. So what was I gonna say? Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, so the tropes in the show are in particular like, so I appreciated Go For It Nakamura for a long time because of how it is, how it was, all this stuff. Like the fact that it was like a BL that wasn't super gross, wasn't super like intense. I appreciate that. I like that. And when I mean gross, I meant like in the abusive way, not just because like lovey-dovey way. But now that like that's kind of passed and we know that like, oh yeah, most of this is normalized. A lot of what they do is normalized. The tropes are now, I'm starting to notice them a lot, and I'm kind of sitting there and I'm just like, I kind of don't like. I don't know how I feel about like I don't know how I feel so much about like the tropiness of it, and that's not necessarily anything super bad or anything super fucking crazy. But my issue with that is the fact that like when it just like now it doesn't feel like it stands out. Like there's other things that do make it stand out. Like the BL aspect still makes it stand out. The art style still makes it stand out. Like the writing for it and how they're approaching it and their dynamic. There's still things that make it stand out. It's just that there's some things that are just super tropey that I just sit there and just like, oh my god. That I've seen in so many different romances that just make me just like, ugh, with the fucking show. So it could be a lot. Also, you guys, if you guys. The blurbs aren't done with the explanation point. The blurbs are done with channel points. You gotta spend your channel points to use the blurbs. I don't even think I turned off the blurbs. The blurbs are not turned off. Hold on. They're gonna make me tweak. Oh, it's not working. Oh, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't know why they're working. I don't know why they're not working. I'm going to keep it. Wait, hold on. Wait, do I have to have Twitch open for it to work? Hold on. No way I have to have Twitch open for it to work. That would be insane. Oh, no, it does. Alright. I don't know why blurbs don't work. But we'll figure it out. Okay, I am going to turn back on TTS again. Y'all just chill, okay? Or at least let me.
Black Star
a little bit.
said, Martin Luther King fought for our rights to mess with you.
I turned back on TT. Do you support the BBC community? Of course I fucking do.
Pope Aetherus said, I went to MLK Middle School.
Okay, I'm turning it back off. Jesus fucking Christ, you guys, turn it back. I'm turning off the TTS back off. All right, what's the next note that I have for this? I really like the teacher. I hope we see more of him. Now that this show is making deception of him being with a student, not gonna lie, kind of weird, but I think they did save him for him just caring about the teachers. So I was a little bit worried when they introduced the teacher at first, because when they introduced the teacher, I sat there and I was like, oh, okay, what the fuck is this teacher going to do? Like, is he going to do some weird shit? Is this weird shit that's going to happen? So immediately, I was a tad worried about how things were going to go. Luckily, I will say that it didn't turn out as bad as it was. The teacher's cool. He just seems like it's caring. And I will admit, looking back at it, it all was based on just Nakamura's whole fucking worrying of it, which is what worried me initially from it. Velvet, how are you doing? I hope you're doing fucking good. Can I talk about prison school? Later, maybe. But yeah, the teacher, honestly, great addition. Just cool, just cares about the kids. I just like seeing the teacher in general. Nothing even like, oh, you know, I want to smash teacher. No, he's just a really cool dude. Like, that is someone I aspire to be. Just a really cool dude with like some... It's like some really cool aspects and some really cool things. Like, for me, that teacher is just fucking awesome. I didn't get a chance to say this in a previous episode of the podcast, but I do really love the art style of the show. I have seen it a lot with stuff like Ramen and a Half and some of the old 90s characters, but I do really like the old 90s character style with modern animation. It looks so pretty. So yeah, I gotta go to sleep. Love you, King. Don't forget to... Jesus Christ, I'm not reading that. But thank you, King. Go to sleep. Have your fun. I know I turned out the TTS and stuff like that. Didn't mean to. Or like stuff like that. I just need to get through this shit. But have a good time, King. I'll see you back. Oh my god. Okay. No. But before we go, again, I didn't bring it up the first time just because I was just kind of bouncing all over the place. But I do really like the aesthetic of Go For It Nakamura. Ranman 1.5 also has the same aesthetic, where it's like they don't change the design of the characters, but they just bring up the animation style to like a modern aspect, and that like really, I'm gonna be here all night. I have nothing better to do. Well, I appreciate it. I hope you have fun with this. I hope you do have fun with this. But I will also say that but yeah, I like the aesthetic. It's really cool. It's really nice. It's like, it's pleasant. It's pleasant to look at. It makes it feel old and makes it feel like I'm actually consuming the 90s style stuff without actually consuming the 90s style stuff. So I appreciate that for what that is and like what it does. If anything, Go For It Nakamura is a pleasant anime to just look at. And I've said that for many anime, but just from like the aesthetic, it's cool. It also helps that it leans into... I brought this up before, but it's also nice that the endings leading to the city pop stuff, which is also very nice as well.
Said, bro, you're talking about BL. That is one of my pleasures. That is one of my favorite things to read or watch. Mijeku loving.
Honestly, that makes sense. I want to get more into it. Because of someone specifically, it made me want to, and I'd like to, like, you know, despite us not having that same connection, I'd like to talk with them about it a lot more as well, consuming all that BL stuff. All right, next point. I didn't get a chance. Oh no. Oh, the final point actually.
Willow Sweetfire 1 said, Also, Daybreak has finished all 3 of their chapters. I think they're creating a chapter 4 as well, but I don't know when it's coming out, and I've read it I think 5 times now.
Oh, it's only a couple chapters. Damn, I probably won't be able to read it like I read it then, which is kind of depressing now that I think about it. But regardless, I'll consume it for my own pleasure. And the last note for this, I kind of wish Nakamura would embrace some of the people he runs into more. With him constantly fearing the expression of himself, I'd assume he would appreciate people who can be their weird selves. I don't know if that's something they're building to, but I'd like to see it. So another thing I have with Nakamura is that he's somebody...
Blackstar0403 said, Willow, you type fast as hell.
Willow does type fast as hell. I've seen that and I'm like, god damn. I bet she does that like typing, like the actual proper typing stuff, which is crazy. But with Nakamura, a lot of Nakamura for me, I wouldn't say...
Willow Sweetfire1 said, I don't know if chapters are the correct word. I think that you season there is like 130 something to 200 pages.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sweat,
okay.
Smile, loudly crying.
Okay, yes, I see. I do see what you mean. I do see what you mean. Okay, I do see what you mean with that. But yes, go for it. Nakamura is somebody who is very anxious about being himself and doesn't really want to express himself so much. And I get that to an extent. Why you wouldn't want to show yourself?
Because I don't type. It's because I speak into my phone, because I am disabled somewhat in the brain, so spelling is harder for me.
That would actually make a lot more sense. Okay, that's fair. But yeah, Nakamura has a trouble time expressing himself, and so there are times where I sit there and I'm just like, okay, yeah, you have a hard time expressing yourself. You have a hard time like wanting to be yourself in front of people other than not Hirose. So why then do we go and judge people like the presidents of the
Willow Sweetfire1?
I keep saying it wrong.
At Blackstar0403 Mijaku crying, crying, crying.
What is it? What is it called? The Oculate Club, I think it's called. The Occult Club. I keep always mispronouncing that. But yeah, it's always such a weird thing for me where I sit there and I'm just like, so the president of the Occult Club and the president of the Drama Club, yeah, they're a little weird, but at least they're being themselves. Do you not appreciate that, Nakamura? Do you not at least acknowledge and see that and be like, oh, that's like kind of cool and that's kind of interesting and I like that. Not like calling them weird. Now with both of them, I kind of get that a little bit because like there's another character which is a big buff tall guy who's friends with Hirose, who Nakamura doesn't do that with, but that's because that buff guy doesn't really impede Nakamura's life like Reiko, who's the president of the Occult Club, and the leader of the Drama Club. I think his name is Tamamari or something like that. Like those two are constantly like pulling him into shit that he doesn't want to be a part of. So to that degree, I get it. But also like at the same time, like you would look at those and be like, I wish I could be like free. I don't know. Maybe they'll address that later, but that was my thing. Which is also funny that like a lot of my things would go for Nakamura right now are very negative. I do actually care about the show. I do like the show. I like it a lot. I like what it is. I like what it's about. I have fun with the show. But for me, it was just like I don't know. I'm having some falters with it. I said like most of these shows I give high rankings. Go for it, Nakamura. Like I still would recommend it as a BL, but just as the anime in general, I don't know. I don't know if I go that far. I really don't know if I go that far. But in terms of like wanting to read a BL that's like not problematic and actually kind of sweet, I'd still recommend this. I just don't know if I would recommend it in the way that I would. I'm gonna be completely honest. What's good? Been a while since I've been here. How you been? I've been good. Addict, how are you? I know you were a part of like a FNAF stream way while ago. Way while ago. But that's it. We are good. We are done for the most part with this. So yeah, I'm catching up to a bunch of the stuff. I was the universe guy. Oh, thank you. Oh, you were. Thank you. I'm glad you said universe guy because I'm not gonna lie, I've never gone in a universe, and I didn't get to fully appreciate you for that. Genuinely, thank you. That was my first galaxy. You were the first person to ever give me a galaxy. I do genuinely appreciate that very much.
I just checked for you. Daybreak has 301 episodes.
Oh shit. Okay, we're gonna have to talk about that at some point.
Willow Sweetfire1
goddamn
said, Season 1, Season 2, and Season 3, that is all combined 301 episodes.
God damn, that is a lot. Yeah, we're gonna have to read some of that. But no, genuinely, thank you, Addict. I appreciate that. But with that being said, thank you, people in the VOD, people who are watching the podcast, the anime podcast specifically, for joining in. Next podcast, I will make sure to go ahead and actually like do stuff.
I don't remember the last time I watched weekly anime, lol.
It's been a while, man. I don't recommend it. It's not for the faint of heart. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm back on that shit. I'm already regretting it. But thank you so much for tuning into the anime podcast. I appreciate it.
Willow
for people on the
Sweetfire
VOD and people on the...
said,
Okay, I got it.
I watch anime everyday bags. Mijeku loving.
Okay, hold on. I gotta mute TTS again because I'm doing the outro for this one. But thank you guys for watching the anime podcast. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys for checking it out on Spotify, on the YouTube, on Apple Podcasts, and all that stuff. Make sure to go ahead, check that out, give some love, give some 5 stars. Appreciate it. It gives me a lot of love, and I appreciate it so fucking much from you guys. So thank you. I appreciate it. You guys are cool, and I will check you guys out next time. With that being said, thank you, podcast listeners. Peace.
Oh, girl, I cannot help it. You are my new obsession. I think I'm falling for you. That is my love confession. You're staying on my girl. That should count as trespassing. I cannot help it when I'm falling for you.